Over the last decade, Bitcoin has drawn down 30% or more 21 different times. Of that, 7 of them have been 50% or more. That's like having a global financial crisis every year and a half for a decade. Bitcoiners are used to this. Now, who's not used to this are the people who are coming from Wall Street. They're not used to this type of volatility. These new people are very, very fearful. People are trying to figure out, should I actually sell this asset that I thought I was really excited about? I do think that a 35% drawdown that we've seen from the all-time high is pretty healthy reset. Is this going to be one of these very large drawdowns that we've seen in terms of these bear markets of 70-80%? Or is this simply something that is more normal and we should expect this reset to then provide a new base and then we go back to all-time highs over the next couple of weeks?
Back to the channel, Aaron here from the Bitcoin Bros, and we're going to be getting back into another Bitcoin strategy digital asset company video here today, getting you guys brought back up to speed, everything going on in the market. Like and subscribe. We have new videos coming out every single day. And we're starting off here with the Bitcoin-backed credit weekly volume. Saylor posted this over on Twitter. And as you can see, the volume for STRC, STRK, STRF, and STRD was hitting all-time highs last week, even with the crazy volatility in Bitcoin. This is definitely a good sign to see. And we'll look more at these Bitcoin perpetuals in a second. I want to get into the recent news. We talked about this in our last video, but you can see a lot of Bitcoiners are coming out and saying, hey, we're going to move away from JP Morgan. They're doing a lot of fraudulent things, a lot of things we don't agree with, and we're going to move towards Bitcoin. As you can see right here, Grant Cardone, who is a real estate guy, he's moving away from JP Morgan and he's getting more into Bitcoin. And we're seeing this all over Twitter right now. Bitcoiners are leaving JP Morgan and they're saying, hey, we don't want to do business with you because you guys have attacked MSTR through MSCI. You guys have been against Bitcoin for years and years and years. And now there's fraudulent things going on. And some people are saying they're even linked to Epstein. So there's a lot going on with JP Morgan Chase right now. And Bitcoiners are just not having it. And as you can see right here, JP Morgan did dump 25% of their MSTR position right before the MSCI announcement. So it just happens to be great timing for JP Morgan there. So there's definitely some insider stuff going on. And if you are a Bitcoin, I personally encourage you to get away from JP Morgan, whether you use their credit cards, their checking accounts, savings, anything else, their retirement accounts, anything through JP Morgan Chase. But personally, they kicked me off the platform back in 2019. And when I called and asked them, why have I been blacklisted? Why can't I open a checking account? Why have all my credit cards been closed? They wouldn't tell me, but it was basically because I had Coinbase transactions and I was buying Bitcoin back in 2019. So they said they didn't want to do business with me, and I've been blacklisted ever since. And personally, I haven't missed anything from being kicked out of JP Morgan Chase, and it really hasn't affected me too much at all. So I encourage any Bitcoiners, MSTR holders, get away from JP Morgan Chase. And if you're looking for somewhere to go, let's say you have a retirement account with JP Morgan, you can actually get signed up with iTrustCapital. They're giving you guys $100 for free for just signing up. And they do have retirement accounts. So you could roll over your retirement account, whatever type of account you have, and hold spot Bitcoin through iTrustCapital. And if you're interested in other crypto assets, they have that. They also have gold. You can hold all that through iTrustCapital. They have tax advantages. You can buy and sell crypto 24/7, low cost, no monthly fees through their IRA product. And they've been around for a long time. So there's a lot of trust there. And they also have their premium custody account. If you don't want to go the retirement option, you could just open up an account, buy Bitcoin, and they're giving you guys $100 for free for doing this. So as Bitcoin's price has come down, that $100 now gets you more Bitcoin. And if you just go ahead and open up an account with iTrustCapital, you're going to get $100 for free in Bitcoin using our affiliate link, and that will be in the comment section below and also the description. So make sure to check out iTrustCapital if you haven't yet. And let's go ahead and get back into strategy here. We're down around 1% here today at 168. It's actually pretty good to see that when Bitcoin's down 1%, strategy is only down 1%, even with all the news that we got over the weekend with the delisting from MSCI. So the price of strategy isn't going down too big, but personally, I believe strategy is really undervalued right now with the market cap at around $48.4 billion and the Bitcoin net asset value at around $55.7 billion. So one thing I talked about was a little critical last week on strategy was STRC. STRC had fallen down to around $91 last week. And I said, hey, people aren't going to want to buy this product if it's going to be volatile like Bitcoin, if it's going to be volatile like MSTR, and it's moving down 10% in a day. People aren't going to want to replace their high yield savings accounts with STRC because of the volatility. but it's good to see. And also said this last week, we need to see STRC rebound within a week, and it's already back up to $96. So that is really good to see that STRC has bounced back very quickly in a short period of time. So we'll see as this week goes on if STRC can get back to that $99 price point. And that's going to be a key level for STRC. And like I said last week, wasn't expecting Strategy to have any Bitcoin buys in the past week because, the preferreds just didn't perform well. And yeah, Strategy was not able to buy because of the huge volatility. But we'll see if they'll be able to buy this week. The preferreds are starting off this week pretty good, and we're seeing STRC get back up to around $96. And as you guys saw from all the volume last week, that was actually a really good sign to see, because that means the more volume they have, they'll be able to potentially buy more Bitcoin with that volume. So that's good to see that there's still a lot of interest in these preferred products. And then some other strategy news here. $95 billion U.S. New Jersey State Pension Fund increases their strategy position to $60 million. So more and more pension funds are just increasing their MSTR holdings. And I'm actually starting to become a lot more bullish on strategy here in the short term and Bitcoin in the short term because of some key catalysts. We have the potential MSTR inclusion in the S&P 500 early in December. And then we also have the clarity bill for crypto coming potentially in December. So we have those two bills, and that's going to be good for Bitcoin if we get the crypto clarity bill passed through Congress. And then we also have the Fed rate cut coming in December. This has recently switched since about a week ago. As you can see, the previous week's probability of getting a 25 basis point cut was down to 36%, and now it's up to 75%. So it's looking like more and more we're going to get a rate cut in December. So that is going to be good for markets. It's going to be good for Bitcoin. Along with, Jerome Powell said that the Federal Reserve is going to stop quantitative tightening in December as well. So this just means more liquidity into the market with them lowering interest rates, with them stopping quantitative tightening. And then we have two catalysts with the crypto market structure bill, and then also with the potential MSTR S&P 500 inclusion. So a lot of short-term catalysts coming here that are pretty bullish for Bitcoin in the short term and strategy in the short term. Outside of that, let's go ahead and get into some DATs, some Bitcoin asset treasury companies. We have Prenetics here. They acquired 108 more Bitcoin since 11/24, and they now hold 500 BTC. We have Kanga with their weekly update. They're still holding a lot of the Bitcoin that they mine. So they're now holding 6,773 Bitcoin, and they're looking to hold 7,000 Bitcoin very soon. Good to see there. And then we have Asian Fusion Capital Group. They just completed a 500 million yen Bitcoin purchase, including an extra 100 million yen after the dip. So they now hold 37.77 Bitcoin, worth around 545 yen. And they're looking to continue to buy more Bitcoin in the future. And then you have DDC, who holds around 1,000 Bitcoin. They're looking to acquire another 300 Bitcoin very soon, and they're expected to be around 1,383 BTC very soon. And then we have Japanese public company Kanavo. They bought another 97 Bitcoin, and that hold 762 BTC. BitDeer, another Bitcoin miner. And then we have Hyperscale Data. They now hold 382 Bitcoin. And then Orange BTC, they acquired another 7 Bitcoin, and they hodl around 3,720 BTC. So this is really good to see that a lot of companies, a lot of these miners are still holding more Bitcoin. And the reason why this is good to see is because even though Bitcoin has come down substantial, and a lot of these companies are seeing unrealized losses, that they're continuing to stack more Bitcoin. So this is really good to see. A lot of these companies still buying, even though these purchases aren't really huge, it's still good to see they still have conviction in Bitcoin for the long term. But that's all I had for today's videos. I hope you found some value. If you did, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more videos, and really appreciate you watching all the way to the end. My name is Aaron from the Bitcoin Bros. I'm out. See you guys in the next one. Have a great rest of your day.